Hello everyone, welcome to Peach on Earth Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Aries for the month of December. A few things before we get started, Aries, I want to mention that I do offer personal readings. You can find the information for that down below. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Peach on Earth Tarot at both places. And also, I know that sometimes I tend to speak rather slowly during these readings, and if that is something that bothers you, you can go ahead and hit those three little dots and hit playback speed, and you can increase it to 1.25, 1.5, whatever, suits you, if it does bother you. If it doesn't, then, just leave it be. Oops, sorry. But I know some people probably don't like that I can tend to speak slowly like that. So anyway, Aries, I got a pretty interesting message for you, or at least I find it interesting. And because I normally get messages through like songs and stuff, but today they gave me a movie. They said Youth in Revolt. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. It's been years and years and years since I saw that movie, and it was when it first came out, so it was probably like, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe more. But anyway, it's a Michael Cera movie, and he's this kid who's like kind of, maybe, from what I remember, again, this is like, going off of complete memory here, he's a kid who might be kind of shy or just not very confident, but he has these like daydreams where he is confident and goes after what he wants. And so I feel like there's something where you're daydreaming about being like a badass almost. You like feel like you're supposed to be this person, but you feel more timid and meek on the outside, but on the inside you feel like a badass, like, and you're not really sure why the two aren't coming together. But then they said, so they gave me that message, and then they said Youth in Revolt again, and there was another message for that, and it's something about teenagers that you're needing to actually like embrace that energy to be an example for. And I mean, that could be your children, it could be your nieces and nephews, it could be, if you're a teacher, like your students, just any teenager that you have like a close personal relationship with, like they are needing an example right now, because they are our future leaders. They are the people who are going to lead us. So if we teach them now that their voices are worthy of being heard, that who they are as a person is worthy of being heard, or being seen even, then that they're going to make better leaders. Let's see, what else did they say? Yeah, you need to embrace that, because they need to know it's possible to be the change. Be the change you want to see. Hang on. Lead by example. Yeah. So that's what you're being called to do, is like kind of, if you're daydreaming about being this person, like stop daydreaming about it and just like be it already. And like, no offense, like that takes a lot of courage, right? Like, I'm not shading anyone who has a hard time getting out of that, but that's what the universe is asking of you right now. Okay. We're going to start with the fairy tarot cards. Oh, sorry about the shaking there. What is the message for Aries for the month of December? Aries, month of December, please. I'm sorry about the shaking. Okay, let's see if that helps. I don't know if that helped, but whatever. Okay, what is the message for Aries, month of December, please? Aries, December. Justice. With the Empress on the bottom. Look, that's like embracing that badass energy. And it's funny because she has these, like it's a baby in this pea pod here. I almost thought it was two babies, but it's just one. I thought the peas were the babies, like the heads. with hats on them, but there's just one baby in there. But so the Empress, it's like about guiding children, right? Like she's the ultimate maternal figure, and you don't have to be a woman to be to embrace that feminine energy. You just it's the nurturing. Oh, but look at the words here. I like this. It says time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. I feel like that's embracing that time to take action. It's time to, if you've been feeling a little bit more meek, which I know some of the Aries readings lately have been kind of that energy, it's time for you to just take action. And then when you do that, it's like you get to have balance, because justice is about that equal balance. But I'm also seeing this sword. What's the sword called? Excalibur? Merlin, was it Merlin's sword? I don't know why that's coming up because I don't really know anything about Merlin or that sword in particular. Maybe that's a confirmation for someone, or it's like you need to go look that up. But they're looking at this sword in wonder, right? And it's almost like this sword it's the sword of truth, the sword of justice. It's interesting because also I thought I saw two babies in that Empress card, and there's two kids here, and it's almost like this is when they were a baby, but this is them now. They're teenagers now. Do you see that? And it's like they're needing to look up to someone. They're needing someone to look up to, and so they need you to live in your truth. They need you to live in your truth in order for them to know what to do in life, to know how to. And it's funny because I said there are future leaders, and we have the Justice card here. That's so interesting. Because I feel like that's like our future leaders are going to either give us justice or injustice, right? They're needing someone to stand in their truths that they look up to, and that's you. This is you. You're this sword here that you need to start living in your truth. And it's the Empress. That's who you are. And that's how they see you, so you need to start living like that. You need to start living that way. Hang on a second. Okay, so we're going to keep going. So we know that's you, so we're going to figure out what your story is here. And those are the kids looking up to you. What's the continuation of this message for Aries, please? I can't stop shaking that camera. Continuation for Aries, please. For the month of December, what's the rest of the message for Aries, please? What is the rest of the message for Aries, please? The moon. Okay. So we have the Prince of Swords on the bottom. With this Prince of Swords, he's going on a wild ride. He's embracing, it's that youth and revolt. In the daydreams, he was always doing wild things in that movie. And like I said, it was so long ago. I think I'm getting it right, but I'm not sure. But he was always just doing wild things, and So that's like the underlying energy here. That's like with the moon, I'm getting that you can sense it. You know that it's your truth, but you're having a hard time like bringing it to earth to like, oh, this is interesting. This is letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of the situation, the truth of the sword of truth, and it's your truth, but you have to let go of the fear. Like, because normally this is a situation where the average person would be fearful, right? But it says the need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. But I feel like there are changes that you're supposed to bring about. You're supposed to bring about the change. Okay. Let's see. How can Aries let go of the worry and fear? How can they let go of the worry and fear to bring this energy about? How can they let go of the worry and the fear? Just to move. Love that. So we have 5 unity, and normally that's the Hierophant card. But look, there's 2 children again here. So there's like teenagers, but here they're children, but they've needed it for their whole lives, right? They've needed you to be in this energy, and maybe you were, and something happened because you were the Empress with the was on the bottom first, and so it's like, and it had the baby. So I feel like you were in that energy, right? That Empress energy when these children were born. Like I said, they don't necessarily have to be your children, just children in your life that you love and care about. And it's like, so you've always like been able to teach them, right? You've always been able to, because that is, Aries energy is very fast and unafraid. They know how to act. But I feel like there was something that kind of happened that made you kind of, I'm hearing go into your shell a bit. And they're needing you back. These teenagers are needing you back. They're needing you to be free again. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. That's interesting. So maybe it's like, so this is the message I'm getting. Like you had some kind of spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul, because we have all major arcana here, and even on the bottom, it's like all major arcana. And so I feel like you had some kind of spiritual awakening, and it did kind of cause a dark night of the soul, and it made you kind of revert back a little bit to maybe some of the wounding, because that's what we do when we go into our dark night of the soul, is like we deal with our wounding. And so I feel like that's what happened, but now you're being called to come up and out of it. Like you're at the tail end of the dark night of the soul with the moon and then the chariot, because look, this is like the darkness, right? And then here you're glowing. The sword is glowing, but it is dark, and it's enough light to light up these children as well. And then this card is very light. So it's like you're coming up and out of like a dark night of the soul energy. You've had an awakening about what you're supposed to do, and it's that just badass type of energy. Like you're supposed, like whatever it is that you think that you can be a badass in is like what you're supposed to be doing. It's going to be different for everyone. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is like, yeah, it's just the way their faces look, but from afar, these dragonflies look like they have like huge smiles on their faces. Like they are so happy to be pulling you out of the darkness and bringing you back into the light. I want to get one more just to kind of see like where you're going. Like, because right now I feel like this is where you're at, where you're coming up and out. Can I have one last card for Aries, please? One last card for Aries for December. Oh, they gave me two. 7 of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Cups. No, Fire, which is you. That's you. It's so funny that this 7 of Pentacles is in the middle because it says have patience and don't worry. But I feel like that's what you've been doing. You've been having patience and you're kind of just over it. Like this kid in this card just looks so over it. And you know what's interesting? He's looking up again. It's almost like he's looking again. It's a youth. It's a child that's looking at you. They're looking to you to embrace who you truly are. This Queen of Wands, this brilliant, loyal, talented, friendly person. I mean, so that's where you're headed. You're going to be like a guide for these children, I'm sensing. But they're waiting for you. They're waiting for, like, they almost feel stagnant and stuck because they don't have a leader to lead them, because teenagers need that. We also need to encourage them to find their own truth, like how to harness this energy in their own way. It doesn't have to be in the exact way that you do it, but they need to know that this is the kind of energy that they are allowed to live in if they so choose. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being like a more reserved person, not at all. But these children in particular are needing you to embrace your fire, to embrace your true nature, who you daydream about being. You daydream about being this Queen of Wands. So you're headed straight towards like believing in yourself, believing that you actually deserve those things. So the 8 of Cups is on the bottom, which is it's like walking away, but it's like this chariot, this path, you're going down the path and it leads to the 9 of Cups, right? Which is wish fulfillment. And that's where you're headed. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to use to clarify? Let's use everyday witch to clarify. Okay. What are we going to clarify? Let's look at the chariot. The chariot. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles. And then the Page of Swords. Okay. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is that passionate start, the passionate new beginning. And she's like manifesting it. You are manifesting this change. And it's whatever you want it to be, because there's music notes, there's paintbrush, there's a wand, there's a map, there's a feather, there's a book. It's like you can manifest whatever you want, okay? And how I'm seeing that playing out, you guys, and this doesn't have to be for everybody, and it can manifest in different ways, but what I'm seeing with this 8 of Pentacles is all about like hard work, persistence, moving at a very, very steady pace, especially teamed up with this chariot. It speeds up that pentacle pace, because pentacles can be very, very slow. It's teamed up with the chariot and the Page of Swords, which are both very, very fast movement. Okay. And also the way that she's mixing this potion, I feel like she's very inept. She knows exactly what she's doing, and there's no stopping her. Like she is going to make the perfect potion. And I'm getting a couple of things, like it could be cooking or like being a chef or something, but that not necessarily. But I'm also getting that she's making the potion for herself, so you can like become this person. So maybe you are getting into like spirituality, and maybe in particular like herbs and whatnot to make elixirs and things to help people in a, I'm getting in like a sensory way, because like if you think about like essential oils, I know a lot of people use them as like a scent to smell them, and then they get the effects or whatever. And I feel like so that could be something that you're doing. But with the Page of Swords as well, I'm seeing all of these books, and um the Pages of Swords is about communication, it's about fast movement, but also I know, well, I'm not even getting that. You know what I'm seeing is like this background is completely white. There's nothing in the background. It's just like this. This is like a continuation of the Chariot energy. And success comes from dedication and self-discipline. That is like this card. And then celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight, I feel like is more like this energy. So it's like this is like a combination for this Chariot in particular. And this is the spotlight. Look at that. It's like a spotlight is like on this person. That's why you can't see the background, because it's only them that's illuminated. And look, it's the sword. The sword is illuminated over here. So this is you moving. But with the books, I'm getting that you could be like going back to school. And it's gonna go very, very well. But if you're not going back to school, you're just learning a lot. You're teaching yourself, even like if you're not a person that does school or wants to go back to school, you are dedicated to learning a craft. You're finding your fire again, and it's coming very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. I do want to look at the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Wands. It's interesting that I said Queen of Swords, but the Queen of Wands, you guys, that's resistance. The Seven of Wands is resistance. And we have the Ten of Cups at the bottom. When you stop resisting, because there's children in this as well. There's a baby and then a preteen. And it's almost like you're resisting this energy, which can lead to this Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, if you don't know, is like not wish fulfillment, but ultimate emotional fulfillment. And it's like by not embracing yourself, you're keeping, it's not just yourself back, but everyone around you, like those that love you, they don't know how to help you. They don't know how to help you see who you are. But once you do see who you are, then, it's like, and I'm not saying you have to be good all the time in order to be loved, but your loved ones do want to support you. They want to know how to help you. Because you know what this is what a message I get all the time with the Seven of Wands. These people are all pointing their wands at this woman, right? And she's up against this cliff, the edge of the cliff. And she's feeling defensive, like she has to fight off all these people, but she's up against the cliff. But when I see this card, I feel like there's actually people who are saying, hey, look out. They're like, they have her best interest at heart. They want to help her, but she's defensive. She's not listening to them because she doesn't trust anyone but herself. And not all of them probably have good intentions, but some of them do. Some of them might be like, oh man, I wish that she would fall off the edge. You know what I mean? Like there's people in our lives that hold us back, and want to hold us back, the misery loves company type of energy. And then there's people who want the best for us. And you have to decipher, you have to learn how to decipher who those people are and keep them in your life. But right now you're feeling very, very defensive unnecessarily. And those who love you want you to embrace this brilliant, loyal, talented, friendly aspect of yourself. Like they see it in you, you need to see it in yourself. Believe in yourself. You're not believing. You're distrustful of yourself and others. Okay? So you need to believe in yourself. That's your, what you're supposed to be doing here. What do we need to use? We're going to get you some advice. Okay, we are going to use the Wings of Wisdom Oracle as your advice. So, what is the advice for Aries December regarding this reading? What is the advice for Aries, please, for the month of December? What is the advice for Aries? Can I have one card for Aries, please? One card for Aries for December. They gave me, well, no, sorry. They didn't give me any, but two kind of like went to the side, but I didn't feel called to them. Yes, okay. You got ostrich. And then on the bottom is ladybird, luck, blessing, safety. Happiness arises from within my heart and sets me free. Happiness arises from within my heart and sets me free. Happiness arises from within my heart and sets me free. You are being set free. That's what you're being called to do. So we have the ostrich, and first off, I'm seeing the sun, which is about fulfillment. It's about ultimate, like finding your happiness and where you're supposed to be. But I'm also seeing it as the spotlight that I was seeing right here. There's a spotlight on you. And then I'm also seeing the two ostrich. And I feel like that's the two kids that have been showing up throughout. It's like two. There's two things that you're supposed to help. And right now, sorry, I don't know if that was in frame or not. But right now, it's like something is holding these ostriches back. Ostrich or ostriches? I think it's ostrich. But, and they're waiting for these gates to be put down. I'm almost seeing like a racetrack for horses or greyhounds or whatever, which are terrible. But how the gates are up and then they come down and the animals start running. It's kind of like that is what I'm sensing. So like as soon as you put down your own blocks, it releases the blocks for the children as well. Grounded, practical steps, fast progress. We already knew that. But your affirmation. With practical steps, I make fast progress on my path. With practical steps, I make fast progress on my path. With practical steps, I make fast progress on my path. And I feel like that's what you are being called to do, is just like put one foot in front of the other. When you feel something in your heart, just do it. Don't doubt, just do. Or even if you do doubt, just say, okay, I'm doubting this, but I'm going to do it anyway and see what happens. That's what you're being called to do. I'm going to read the back, yeah. Ground and connect your body. As you connect to the earth and awaken awareness of your legs and feet, you will increase your power to be present and to protect yourself and your loved ones. Yep. Now is the time to deal with practical matters. Take steps in your physical life to manifest your dreams. One foot in front of the other. Fast progress is indicated. Avoid unnecessary confrontation by allowing someone to let off some steam. If a situation arises where you need to stand up for yourself, do so firmly and without hesitation. I'm getting that with this too. Maybe that is. Maybe you're defensive for a reason. and you need to stand up for yourself. Maybe that's what's making you feel meek. It's like you feel like you can't stand up for yourself. And it might be in a romantical sense or in like a marriage. I was getting that message earlier a little bit, but with the 10 of Cups that was on the bottom for this, it's kind of like there might be someone that you need to stand up to, like in your relationship, if you're in a committed relationship. But if not, I'm getting like a boss or someone like that makes you feel like they're creating doubt in your mind when you didn't used to really have as much doubt, but they create doubt in your mind. Okay. Trust that you can handle any challenges in your life and come out a winner. And I was getting with this grounding message up here that when this does start coming in very, very fast, you do need to ground it. You can't just be in the air and the fire energy. You have to have the pentacle energy. You have to actually bring it down and like ground it down into the earth. Like, and a lot of people do that through meditation, but just make sure that it's for you. I feel like it's that one foot in front of the other. Like, it's not just ideas. You need to actually make them reality. You need to start acting. Okay. So Aries, this has been your message. I hope it was helpful. If you resonated, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. Like I said before, I offer personal readings if you're interested in that. And I thank any of you for being present, any of your guides that were present, any of my guides that were present. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.